Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today is Saturday morning, and we did a live stream last night that went okay. We had some issues with that, and the video quality was just okay. Uh, but this is the next day. We survived, and I'm getting ready to make my Hatch green chili cornbread sausage stuffing that I make every Christmas and Thanksgiving for the family and friends, and it is an awesome side dish. It's a great way to spice up your normal stuffing mixes that you make, and it's just a great addition, I think. And so we're kind of like we don't have Thanksgiving without it. Let me show you how it's made. It's pretty simple. Okay, so I'm going to do the ingredient list here right quick, and then I'll get started on this stuff. So one of the let me do the almonds first. So these are not mixed in with the stuffing. I spread a few of those on top. You don't have to use them, obviously. This is one ingredient that you add if you like, and if you don't like, or it's something that if you don't want them on there, don't put them on. That simple. So I used the Stovetop brand cornbread stuffing mix, and for this batch, I'm going to use two. I usually do one with six because I make big portions for and share those about. Going to use 3 cups of the chicken broth. I use the less sodium. I'll add my own salt. But I don't like just the no sodium. I don't think has the flavor profile. So obviously the salt makes a big deal. I'll add my own salt if I need some. 1 Jimmy Dean hot sausage. That's a 1 pound package. Hot Hatch green chili. Stick of butter. A couple of garlic cloves. We use half of that onion there, and at least 2 celery for this batch. Probably 2 celery will be enough. If not, I'll get another one out. So that's the ingredients. So pretty simple to put this together. We're going to start with the sausage because we want to get it cooked down, browned, and get it drained off. So we'll get started with that. The first thing you want to do when you do this is you want to brown your sausage. So I'm going to get that in the skillet here. I'm going to brown it really good. I'm going to chop it small. And then when it's browned up real good, I'm going to put it in this colander that's I got sitting on a paper plate on a plate. And I'm going to let it sit there and drain while I'm doing everything else. So step 1, let's get it cooked. Okay, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to take the sausage. I'm going to chop it up. I want to get it chopped good. Get it in smaller pieces, and get it browned up real nice. And that will be phase 1. It's important to get. So as you're chopping this and making it small, you want to keep turning it over too, because it's going to brown on that other side, and you want to just continue to turn it over and keep chopping it. Pretty simple. Get it small. Keep turning it over though. If you don't, it'll brown on that one side and not this side. And I just dropped a piece on the floor and another piece on the stove. That's how I roll. Okay, so we are where we want to be with the browning of this meat. So you can see it's, I guess hopefully you can see it in there. It's nice small chunks. It's nice and brown. And so now we're just going to go in the colander with this. We want to give all that grease out of there. We don't want the grease in our dish. So we'll set this here. We'll spread this out. If I let this set for 15-20 minutes, the vast majority of that grease will drain out on that paper plate below. So I'm going to take this pan. I'll just wipe it out real quick give it a quick wipe of the paper towel. I'm going to use this to saute the onion, and I'm going to use it to saute the onion, and I'll add the green chilies into that and the garlic here in a minute. So just like that, that's good. So I'm going to set that here, and I'm going to put that half a stick of butter in there while I'm letting this sit here and drain. So half of the butter will go in here. So let's just open that up and drop it in while the skillet is still hot and let that start melting. There you go. Okay, so one thing I wanted to show you is I got another pack of green chili, which I'll clean some of those up in a few minutes. I had to thaw them out. I forgot to do those last night. I had some left over from last night, but it's not going to be quite enough for this dish. So we'll do that in a couple minutes. But first we'll get to the onion and the celery and the garlic. Get that cut up, and then once we get that stuff cut up, it moves pretty quickly going forward. So let me get that. All right, so I'm gonna get some of the celery cut up. Get the celery and onion cut up, and I don't like it real thick slices, but something kind of like that, 1/4 inch maybe at the most. Don't want them too small either. So all this stuff can go in the same bowl. So I'm just going to take about half of this onion here, I guess, and we'll put that there. Okay, I'm ready to get the ball rolling on putting this together. So I'm gonna get got my butter in here melted. I'm gonna get the heat going underneath that. I have the sausage is cooked and drained. It's draining there. I have the garlic, onion, and celery that I'm gonna put in here as soon as that gets warm. And I have the green chili, which will go directly in the pot here. But first in the pot here, I'm going to put 3 cups of the chicken broth and the butter, the other half of the butter, and that's all I'll put in here for now. I'll just heat it up. I'm not going to get it to a rolling boil or anything. I don't want to get it boiling until I'm ready to go in with my other stuff. So, oh, and look, and over here, that's tapioca. Minnow made some tapioca this morning. So, butter's getting hot. I do have my packages open, ready to go at the end. So, yeah, we're getting close. So the butter is melting. So I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff in. And you don't need to cook this for a long time. You just want it to get a little translucent. There we go. And I can turn my fire down a little bit. I don't need it that hot. There we go. So that will get started there. And then normally I add a little bit of salt onto that one. So not a lot. Just a little bit in there. And then let me open this up. I'm going to get the 3 cups of broth. Actually, I probably should shake that before I start pouring it. There we go. And it might be 3 cups in here. It's 32 ounces. It might not quite be 3. I don't know. So there's 2 cups. That in our pot, and we'll do 1 more cup. I think 32 is what, 3.5 cups? I'm not sure. Anyway, so there's my 3 cups of liquid in there. Stuff a stir here. I need to grab my hot pad, or a hot pad, so I don't grab that and it's hot. There we go. There we go. That's looking good. I think I just dropped some more on the stove. That's what I do. Let me get the butter. Open this up. Actually, I can get my fire going underneath this. There we go. Get the butter opened and dropped in there. There we go. Okay, so that's good enough. I've got those sauteed, lightly sauteed. They're a little bit translucent. You can see the onions are a little translucent and stuff, so we're ready to go with that. So I can turn this off, and I can go ahead and just put all that in the pan. There we go. So we'll turn that high. We'll get this up to a boil, and then I'm going to add it. It's real simple from here, guys. I got to get a lid out. Ready? And I think this is the right one. It is. So we'll set that there for a minute. Get this up to a boil, and then we'll add in the sausage. And you can see on the sausage, you see where that grease is drained out of there. That's what you want. So we'll get get that grease out of there. That works really good. Where are we at? I'm just going to let this come up to a boil, and then oh, that's hot. Then we'll jump back in. All right. Okay, so we got this up to a boil. It's got a nice boil going on. So I want to go in now with my dressing, or my sausage, I mean. It drained off nicely. So we're just going to make this, and it's important that you put this stuff in. All of these other ingredients in before you put the stuffing in, because you don't want to stir it a lot after you've put the dry ingredients in, because it'll flatten it down and make it gooey if you do that. So don't want to do that. So get everything mixed in here ahead of time. And I'm going to take and add the green chili in. I think a big dollop like that will be almost okay. I'm going to put a little bit more in here. I will mix that in. Actually, I think it could use a little bit more. I think we should be brave. There we go. All right, so we used about half of that green chili. Get that in. I'm going to turn this up so it's got a good rolling boil going to it. There you go. So you got a nice mixture of all the ingredients in there except for the stuffing itself, the stuffing mix. So we'll let this come back to a boil, and then we'll go in with the dry ingredient. Okay, so we are back to a rolling boil. This is the part here where you act kind of quick. You go ahead and take both the bags. I'm just going to dump the bags in there. Discard those right quick. And then I want to mix this up and make sure it all gets incorporated, but I don't want to stir it anymore than I have to. So just got to make sure everything gets mixed up and that it's all, everything gets wet. All the mix is down in there. And I think we're good right there. So what I'm going to do is turn that fire off of that. And I think I feel like everything is mixed well. So there we go. I'll let that spread that for just a second. We'll put the lid on that and we'll let that set for 5-10 minutes. And then we'll make distribution from there into our pans that I'm going to wash up right now. Easy peasy. Okay, so this is set here the allotted time. It says on the box, I think it says 5 to 8 minutes, something like that, and then fluff it. So we'll fluff it. It says to fluff with a fork, but we're going to dip it out of there. We'll fluff it a little bit like that with a spoon. And then we're going to just take it right into the dishes that we're going to, the pans that we're going to use. So I'm going to take this and get it in the pans, and then we'll finish it off. There'll be a little finish off time in the oven. So, yep. So, just a few of those scattered around. There you go. And then, let's go in the oven with that. right quick. And we'll take a look at them when they come back out. Okay, so we spent 12 minutes, 11 and a half, 12 minutes in the oven and let that stuff bake up and set up a little bit, and it's done. All right, guys, so that is it. That's Papa Sock's Hatch green chili, cornbread, sausage stuffing. There you go. Pretty easy to make. It's really good. Leave the nuts off if you don't want them. Everything else probably should go in there. I think you'll like it. It's a great addition to your Thanksgiving meal or your Christmas meal or once or twice through the year or whenever you want it. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like button, comment. You can subscribe right up here. Share. And again, I appreciate you a lot. I really do. See you on the next one. See ya.